It's Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Central Time, and it's time to get started with our celebration. And we are CSLDallas, a spiritual community deep in the heart of Texas, connecting with kindred spirits around the world. And you are invited to explore or dive right into our powerful teachings, practices, mystical experiences, and heart-opening connections. And today, we are keeping the idea of the Sabbath alive with Dr. Petra Weldes. So join us as we will learn to grow ourselves, co-create with the universe, experience joy, all while transforming the world, one life at a time. So are you ready, CSL Dallas? If you are, join me by getting up out of your chair and welcoming the CSL Dallas music team.
Put your hands in the air like this. Here we go. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am that I am. Oh, I am that we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh yes, we are the harvest we reap. We are the harvest we
Good morning, everyone. And you can be seated. My name is Michael Brundy, and I have the privilege of being the platform assistant today. So let's begin by reading our purpose statement together. We are radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, transforming lives. And so it is. Hey, guys, in July, Reverend Karen is going to be back. Yay. Okay, there you go. She will be speaking on breaking free through radical responsibility. So don't miss her infectious enthusiasm and powerful declaration of truth. It's the perfect lead-in for Dr. Petra's workshop that's going to be starting at 1 p.m. Break through your limiting beliefs and embrace your divine birthright, who you really are. Dr. Petra will guide you through an experiential journey in this afternoon's workshop. Dr. Petra has explored and applied to her own life and taught countless people the underlying spiritual principles and the powerful spiritual practices that allow you to discover and claim your birthright. Freedom, from the past, freedom from suffering, and the freedom to be who and what you are. Through reflection, meditation, conversation, and sacred music and ritual, Dr. Petra will guide you on your path to freedom. You don't want to walk it alone. Are you ready to embrace your birthright? Well, if so, then register today at CSLDallas.org. And the website is it's a hybrid workshop. So you can be online or you can be here. So now is the time to envision something new for your life. Do you want to learn how to access your intuition reliably? Not sure what the nudges from spirit might mean? Well, spiritual coach Carol Merlot will be leading the upcoming visioning course over 6 weeks online that will help you come to go even deeper into the spiritual practice. You'll get to create a new vision for your life and learn how to use spiritual technology created by Dr. Michael Bethworth. More than having vision and visioning is a key spiritual practice to empower you to unlock your intuition, sense the nudge of spirit, and feel the way that life wants to unfold through you. Awaken your greatest potential and invite it to emerge through the inner technology of visioning. This online-only course begins July 14th. You can learn more and register now by heading to the education section of CSLDallas.org. Okay. Now, wait a minute. I was about to tell you guys to settle in and get ready for all this stuff, but Janice is somewhere around here, and Janice over there. Janice came up to make sure that I made sure that anybody who happens to have a blue bag in their possession, that's somebody that's kind of like new here that's visiting, and we're really, really, really glad you're here. So we want to say a special hello, and a special hello from Janice to all the people that are here. So thanks, guys. Now, there you go. And thanks for reminding me. Now let's settle into this morning with our music team. Candy, Cleo, Willeen, Glenda, along with that band is marvelous, okay? Normally that's a, entrance fee and a 2-drink minimum, and you don't have to do none of that. Hey. Jonathan, Brad, Matt, let's go within and center with the spiritual coach, Sandra Francis. Enjoy the service.
We have on drums. Jason, we have on drums. Can you say hi to Matt wherever you are? And he's not kidding, cover charge and 2-drink minimum. You can find these people in the best places. So, yeah.
Put some money in the plate while you're at it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it.
In this moment, love is all there is. In this moment, love is all there is. In this moment, love is all there is. I claim it to be so, and so it is. In this moment, love is all there is. In this moment, love is all there is. In this moment, love is all there is. I claim it to be so, and so it is. In this body, love is all there is. In this body, love is all there is. In this body, love is all there is. I claim it to
as we center into this service this morning, if you choose to, just to go within. Just take a deep breath, knowing that that is the breath of the very life that supports us. The very life that shows up in, through, and as each of us right now. And that life being one life, it's truly whatever seems to be out there that is so true, the peace we long for, the truth we long for, the expression we long for is already here, is already present, is already within each of us. And we take this moment this morning to relax into that, just allowing our thought to expand beyond these walls, perhaps beyond our galaxy, as Buzz Lightyear would say, to infinity and beyond that, because all of that is present right here and right now. All of that in this moment showing up in, through, and as us, and we just recognize that. And I am so, so grateful for this recognition. Wow. As we enter into this service this morning in a knowing of who and what we are, knowing that the truth is one of unity and peace within that unity, despite any storms on the surface of the ocean. We know in the depths there is always peace expressed, the foundation of everything moving forward for good and more good. And I just know this for us right now in this moment, in this place, standing in that truth for each of us here present. And so with that, we take another deep breath and just enter into this celebration service, and we affirm by saying together, and so it is.
In this moment, love is all there is. In this moment, love is all there is. In this moment, love is all there is.
all thank Wileen for being up here with us. Yes, yes. You got it. Y'all say hi to Cleo.
Hi, everybody. I'm not Jeanette. No, hi. Ready. Pushing and peeling myself out of my disguise. Looking at you now, I'm wondering who am I? If I could try and take you back, I couldn't define. Feeling absence of time, knowing all is decided. There's nothing here left to find. The story's all in my mind. Pushing and peeling the layers that cover my mind. Looking into the shadow, now I know it's a lie. Magic is real when you see it inside, you decide. It's like a snake shedding skin, creating life to begin, and all there's no is vanish again, transcending virtue and sin. I don't know what things for beauty is a symptom of life. Gotta decide if I'm gonna see it. Why? Fix my eyes on low when things for suffering is craving the light. Gotta decide how we're gonna heal it. Why? Fix my eyes on low when things for beauty is a symptom of life. Gotta decide if I'm gonna see it. Why? Fix my eyes on low when things for suffering is craving the light. Gotta decide how we're gonna see it. Why? Yeah, gotta decide if we're gonna feel it. Trying to find out. Gotta know that life is fragile. Gotta know, but gotta go. I stand it all inside a temple of a God I didn't know. Wanna go find the one who understands why we wait for pain to change us. To let me know that life is fragile. It's like a turtle in sand, making way to the ocean and almost meeting the end because the birds are in motion. Feast my eyes on lower things where beauty is a symptom of life. Gotta decide if I'm gonna see it. Why? Feast my eyes on lower things for suffering is craving the light. Gotta decide if we're gonna heal it. Why? Feast my eyes on lower things for beauty is a symptom of life. Gotta decide if I'm gonna see it. Why? Feast my eyes on lower things for suffering is craving the light. Gotta decide how we're gonna heal it. Why? Yeah, gotta decide if we're gonna feel it. Trying to find out.
Yay, thank you, Cleo and Candy and Glenda and Brad, Jonathan and Jason. Thank you so much. Yes, right? Holy moly. Gotta decide. What are we focusing on? Gotta decide. Right? That's constantly the issue. Oh, it's harder to move this chair one-handed. Whew, there we go. Okay. So, I'm going to do something a little different today, but you're still going to have to listen to me talk. So, let's find our keeping the idea of the Sabbath alive. You know, we've been talking about in June here this month, we've been talking about stillness and quiet and finding inner peace. And of course, in the Hebraic tradition, we get the Sabbath. God rested on the seventh day, and therefore we should do the same. And yeah, you probably know that there was a huge, like massive, centuries long, probably millennium long, rabbi conversation, argument, discussion, whatever it is, to decide what does it mean to keep the Sabbath, right? Which is why there are so many laws. You can't thread a needle on the Sabbath, because if you thread a needle, that means you're going to be sewing. And sewing is actually work that you do in the home. So if the Sabbath is not to work, you shouldn't be sewing. And we all know how tempted we are. It's only gotten worse and worse and worse, right? Right? So you, oh man, answer the phone during dinner. It might be business. It might be work. It might be somebody needing you. And when I was a kid, if the phone rang, you let it. We didn't even have an answering machine. You had to listen to it ring and ring and ring and wonder who was on the other end. Oh. No, don't get up from the table. Mm-mm. It was great when we first got an answering machine. Today, many of us, many of you, have jobs where you're expected to be on call 24/7, even when you're on vacation. We work very, 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 very hard when our staff goes on vacation to leave them alone. Yeah. The Sabbath isn't a day. It isn't a set of rules. The Sabbath is something so much more. So I don't usually do this on a Sunday morning. I usually don't read a lot of what somebody else has written. But the first introduction that I had to an entirely different way of thinking about the Sabbath, because of course I was raised Roman Catholic, so we knew that on the seventh day God rested, and we were supposed to also. We also knew we couldn't eat meat on Friday, and we had to wear little lace doilies on our head to go to church, and there was a lot of rules. But Wayne Muller has a book on Sabbath, and he had an updated rewrite of it again, slightly different subtitle, but the same material. The recent one is called Sabbath, Finding Rest, Renewal, and Delight in Our Busy Lives. So I'm going to just invite you to sit back for a minute, because I could paraphrase all of this, but I would not say it as eloquently as Wayne Muller is saying it. So I'm going to actually read you a part of the introduction to that particular book, which was so impactful to me when I first read it 30 years ago. So this is from Wayne Muller, Sabbath, Finding Rest, Renewal, and Delight in Our Busy Lives. In the relentless busyness of modern life, we have lost the rhythm between work and rest. All life requires a rhythm of rest. There's a rhythm in our waking activity and the body's need for sleep. There is a rhythm in the way day dissolves into night and night into morning. There's a rhythm as the active growth of spring and summer is quieted by the necessary dormancy of fall and winter. There is a tidal rhythm, a deep, eternal conversation between the land and the great sea. In our bodies, the heart perceptibly rests after each life-giving beat. The lungs rest between the exhale and the inhale. We have lost this essential rhythm. Our culture invariably supposes that action and accomplishment are better than rest. That doing something, anything, is better than doing nothing. Because of our desire to succeed, to meet these ever-growing expectations, we do not rest. Because we do not rest, we lose our way. We miss the compass points that would show us where to go. We bypass the nourishment that would give us succor. We miss the quiet that would give us wisdom. We miss the joy and love born of effortless delight. Poisoned by this hypnotic belief that good things come only through unceasing determination and tireless effort, we can never truly rest. And for want of rest, our lives are in danger. In our drive for success, we are seduced by the promises of more. More money, more recognition, more satisfaction, more love, more information, more influence, more possessions, more security. Even when our intentions are noble and our efforts sincere, even when we dedicate our lives to the service of others, the corrosive pressure of frantic overactivity can nonetheless cause suffering in ourselves and others. I want to make sure this is my Thomas Merton. Yeah, Thomas Merton writes this: there is a persuasive form of contemporary violence, and that is activism, activity, and overwork. The rush and pressure of modern life are a form, perhaps the most common form, of its innate violence. To allow oneself to be carried away by a multitude of conflicting concerns, to surrender to too many demands, to commit oneself to too many projects, to want to help everyone in everything, is to succumb to violence. The frenzy of our activity neutralizes our work for peace. It destroys our own inner capacity for peace. It destroys the fruitfulness of our own work because it kills the root of inner wisdom, which makes work fruitful. A successful life has become a violent enterprise. We make war on our own bodies, pushing them beyond their limits. War on our children because we cannot find enough time to be with them when they are hurt and afraid and need our company. War on our spirit because we are too preoccupied to listen to the quiet voices that seek to nourish and refresh us. War on our communities because we are fearfully protecting what we have and do not feel safe enough to be kind and generous. War on the earth because we cannot take the time to place our feet on the ground and allow it to feed us, to taste its blessings and give thanks. How have we allowed this to happen? This was not our intention. This is not the world we dreamed when we were young, and our whole life was full of possibility and promise. How did we get so terribly lost in a world saturated with striving and grasping, yet somehow bereft of joy and delight? I suggest it is this: we have forgotten the Sabbath. Before you dismiss this statement as simplistic, even naive, we must explore more fully the nature and definition of Sabbath. While Sabbath can refer to a single day of a week, Sabbath can also be a far-reaching, revolutionary tool for cultivating those precious human qualities that grow only in time. If busyness can become a kind of violence, we do not have to stretch our perception very far to see that Sabbath time, effortless, nourishing rest, can invite a healing to this violence. Oh man, this is another quote. The Sabbath, I have to turn around because I can't read it. The Sabbath helps us know experientially that nothing we do will make Spirit love us more. We are already loved infinitely. It's not a more we can earn by being busier, more successful, more living in the status quo of look how busy I am, look how important I am. course, I don't know anything about any of this. It's been a lifelong journey, I promise you. So when I first started learning how to meditate, I learned how to meditate from a monk from Paramahansa Yogananda's ashram, and he was like chill. And he would say, well, yeah, we have to follow the Buddhist teaching, right? His teaching was you meditate 1 hour out of every day, 1 day out of every week, 1 week out of every month, and 1 month out of every year, and 1 year out of every 10. Well, my first thought was, bully for you, I don't live in a monastery. My second thought was, but I'm a good spiritual practicer. I'm going to learn how to meditate, and I'm going to do that. So I spent 10 years trying to do that and beating myself up for the fact that I wasn't doing that. I'd schedule it into my calendar, and off it would go. I aspired to this for years. I had 10 years of an incredibly serious meditation practice, anywhere from 2 to 5 hours a day. And I retreated, and I made myself and everybody else crazy because I couldn't do it the way that it was supposed to be done. And then I had a child, and all bets were off. My child was a 6 a.m. baby. I'm awake, you better be awake. Let's play. Ooh, what are we doing? Oh, yeah. So everything went out the window. And I learned that my meditation practice had to be more flexible. I learned how to meditate during the day. I learned how to meditate when I was driving. I learned how to chant when I was making copies. I learned how to say one of the chants that we're going to do today. I learned how to do it as I was falling asleep at night. And I would realize that when I would wake up in the morning, I would pick right back up where I had left off. I learned how to be less rigid and therefore more available. Do you see? I stopped beating myself for not doing it perfectly, and I started engaging, finding those moments, spaces, times. Sometimes, truthfully, it was sitting by the pool with my son and listening to he and his friends giggle outrageously and just feel the beauty of the moment and not think about work, not think about anything else, but to be present. Oh, I'm going to have to turn around and read this again. This is Thomas Merton. When your tongue is silent, you can rest in the silence of the forest. When your imagination is silent, the forest speaks to you. It tells you of its unreality and of the reality of God. But when your mind is silent, then the forest suddenly becomes magnificently real and blazes transparently with the reality of God. Do you see? When we are called into nature, there's a yearning for us to be in the stillness, to be in the quiet, to be in the rest. And it's not just the doingness of it, but it is, and the looking for the presence in it, but it is the recognition that when we are out in nature and we allow our mind to be fully present, to come into that rich, palpable present moment, there are sermons in stones. We hear the hallelujah chorus in the trees clapping their leaves. We experience the transparency of the reality of the divine presence because we are at rest and we are open to it. One of the reasons so many of us, as we get on to the spiritual path, we are so called to be in nature. I have forgotten that I can read these quotes right here on my iPad. So I'm going to pull them up. I don't have to keep turning around and looking at them. Okay, here we go. But I love this. When your mind is silent, then the forest suddenly becomes magnificently real and blazes transparently with the reality of God. And we're available to it because there's nothing else there. There's nothing standing in the way. We're not worrying about who's calling. We're not thinking about our to-do list. We're not wondering what's going to happen tomorrow. We're not thinking about the things we didn't do yesterday. To have a Sabbath moment, experience, possibility, right, is kind of the heart of that whole thing of the power of now. To be fully present, to the best of our ability, just present. This is, for me, what I realized a long time ago is this whole idea of a regimented practice and a regimented, 1 hour every day, 1 day out of every week, et cetera, just was not going to happen in today's modern world unless I decided to go into an ashram. That was just, so I just had to give that up. And I realized that for me, rhythm and rest are, as I said, woven throughout the day. But I also realized that for me, rhythm and rest also are something that I can engage with over the course of time. And so I gave myself permission to work hard, and then I gave myself permission to play hard. Years ago, I learned I need longer vacations because I work 6 to 7 days a week, 60 to 80 hours a week, and have done so for almost uninterruptedly 40 years. That's what my work requires of me. So I don't need people say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm bothering you on your day off. Maybe you have the same experience. Maybe you feel like you never get a day off because work is always calling you, or you're always thinking about what's the next thing, or you're always engaged in, right? Because we want to be successful, we want to be present, we want to do what needs to be done, we want to make sure we don't fall off the... And then we have all those, not going to swear, all those unending emails and texts, and we've been conditioned. You got to answer them quick. You got to answer them quick, and there's a lot going on. And if you don't answer it, you get out of the loop, and all of a sudden you don't know what's going on anymore, right? And all of that creates this violence and this busyness. And so I've learned I work hard. And I give myself permission to do that, and then I go away and I play hard. And I'm away. Do you give yourself that permission? How many of you, don't raise your hand. How many of you still have vacation days you haven't taken? Yeah. Right? When our staff goes on vacation, our promise, unless it's on fire, our promise is we are not calling you. We'll figure it out. Because that's what we all deserve. We deserve those Sabbaths. We not only deserve them, we desperately, desperately need them. It's critical to our health and well-being. I love this, what Ernest Holmes says. I love this quote, if I can bring it back up again. All of our memories of the past will be healed, and all our pent-up energies of unexpressed desires will flow out from us in joyful expression if our communion with nature and with the Spirit becomes complete. This is why quiet and secluded spots tend to rest us. But the only quiet and secluded spot in all the universe is at the center of our own being, where pure spirit reigns supreme. Now, isn't that a great quote? And it is why we're called into nature. We find ourselves yearning to be in that quiet of nature, to be out from the hustle and bustle, but then to really allow ourselves to be there, really be totally present in the moment. Reverend Karen talks about when she's in a hide and she is behind a camera watching for, she was photographing red squirrels that have the little tufted things on them, and they were jumping and they were doing stuff, and she was describing it. But she said when she's in a hide behind that camera, just waiting, there's nothing else going on but being present to the moment, right? And she can sit there for a couple of hours just being present to the moment. How often do we give ourselves that permission? How often do we find the things? And sometimes we can't go sit and hide and just look at nature, right? Which is why we have to find ways to weave it into our lives, and we have to find those things that invite us to remember, ultimately, it's not out there. It's here. It's within us. It's not, oh, I can only feel it when I'm in nature, or I can only feel it after the work is done, or I can only feel it when I'm with my friends, or I can only feel it XYZ, XYZ. No, no, no. We take it with us wherever we go. We can make any moment, any period of time, a potential period of Sabbath when we're between things, when we get up out of our chair in front of the computer and we just are present, walk around 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Do you see? It's finding this rhythm for ourselves, because the only quiet and secluded spot in all the universe is at the center of our own being, where pure spirit reigns supreme. And then we take it with us everywhere, wherever we go. And we have the opportunity each time to get back in touch with it. I love when Wayne Muller talks about Sabbath as it not being like a specific thing, like this day, this thing, you can't do any of these things this day, this, right? I loved learning that trying to live somebody else's pattern or schedule of their spiritual practice, I loved learning that that wasn't mine. And that we each find our own way. We each find our own thing. The problem is what's imperative is that we find it. And it is this, I love this balance that he talks about, or the rhythm. Let me just say one last thing. I remember I spent years, oh my God, my prayer partners got so tired of treating for balance for me. I just need balance. Okay, we're treating for balance again because it's not working. Oh my God, years. And they were gracious and kind, and every once in a while they would say, Petra, why are we doing this treatment? It's clearly not what you want. And I thought that balance meant that you were standing on the middle of the teeter-totter of your life and that you were balancing. And that everything would be like balanced. Do you know how hard that is? How exhausting that is? How many, don't raise your hand. How many of you are trying to do this in your own life right now, right? We're just, and we use our spiritual practice to try to like, okay, we finally achieved it. Don't anybody move, don't breathe, nothing can change. Oh, right? And then something inevitably happens because life is lifing. Not because anything's wrong, not because you've attracted it, not because whatever, but because life is lifing, right? And stuff happens to the people we love and, things, whatever it is. And so it was really powerful in work with a prayer partner when I realized, oh my God, actually life is about moving from one end of the spectrum to the other. Work, play. Doingness, rest. Doing, being. Activity, no activity. Oh my God. And that's when I really was like, no, I don't want balance anymore. I'm never treating for balance ever again. Not doing it. I'm going to treat for rhythm. The rhythm of my life. the rhythm of my life. Sometimes, you hike up the mountain and you're riding your bike or you're doing the thing and the rhythm is, you're pumping and you're breathing really hard, and that's the appropriate, perfect rhythm. And yes, you are actually efforting. It doesn't have to be struggle, but you are actually efforting. And other times you're laying in the pool or you're having a lovely, you're laying on the sand or you're with your friends and you're just like, oh, chill, and you have a really low heart rate, right? And it's like, oh, this is so good. And that's a rhythm. As Wayne Muller talked about, like we have our pedal to the metal in our lives all the time, don't we? For the most part. And I notice that if I'm then not paying attention and I'm not giving myself the rest and I'm not living in the rhythm, then what I do is I want to veg out or escape. Neither of which allows us to find and live within that indwelling place where Spirit reigns supreme. Do you see? That's why it's called the Sabbath and not binging on YouTube videos. Two very different things. Now, there are times when you binge on like when I'm sick and I'm at home for 2 days and I'm bored out of my mind. Oh, yes, absolutely. Right? So the place where I began to, not the place, the way that I began to really sense the rhythm was in the silence that comes after chanting. The rich space that's created after chanting out loud. Because chanting is an activity, right? Stuff always going on. You got to pay attention so that you don't get lost. You get really bored if you're chanting and you're doing it like as a spiritual practice. It goes on and on and on, and you have all kinds of time to think about how boring it is, and you've all got all kinds of stuff going on until the chant starts chanting you. And then when the chant closes, that's the space that nourishes. That's the space. And if we can build our way into that space through a practice of chanting, then we can more easily access that space when we need a moment of Sabbath in our own lives. We may or may not need to chant to get there because we've opened the avenue. It's different than relaxing. It's different than vegging. It's different than hanging out. It's different than those things because it is being present to that place as Spirit reigns supreme within. So we're going to do 2 chants today. We're going to have, I was going to have a little more silence in between, but because I've talked more than I thought I was going to, we're going to have a shorter silence between, which probably everybody will love. And so I'm going to just describe what we're going to do so that you know what we're going to do, and then we're going to do it together. And I ask those of you at home or online, if you're someplace where you can, I want you to participate. That means you don't just watch us do it. You don't just listen to us do it. You are doing it too, out loud, chanting. So when we do out loud chanting, what we want to do is be able to hear the people around us. Of course, if you're at home, that's not going to be an issue. So we chant, and the sound is here. You're not projecting, you're not community singing, you're not those. It's just here. And it's just, you're just allowing yourself to be present with all of that, and you should be able to hear those around you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chant this chant, which comes from Ernest Holmes, and it comes from Dr. Edward Viljoen. We learned it the first time we went to Bali, and we've been chanting it on and off ever since. We normally chant 108 times, the entire thing. We normally chant 108 times because there's 108 beads on mala, but we're not going to do that. We'll chant about halfway, and you're going to hear, as we get to the end of the chant, you're going to hear me slow it down, and then when it's been slowed down, you're going to hear that we're coming to the end, and then we're going to rest in silence. And I want you to pay attention to the silence. Don't do anything in it. Just pay attention. Okay, and then we have a chant we're going to sing. This is one of my favorite chants it's a Paramahansa Yogananda chant. And it's always interesting to pay attention to who's singing to whom in this chant. It has two sets of words. This is the first set. And then the second one is slightly different. You see the second one is slightly different. And so we'll just be toggling back and forth between these two sets of words. I'll start. Hopefully the music team will join in quickly. And when you feel like you know it, right, you're going to do it too. Again, we're going to be on this stanza, this one. I will always love you, I will always be with you. And then there'll come a moment when I'll slow that down, right? And you'll know the chant's coming to an end. And when we come to the end, then we're just going to sit in silence for a little bit. And again, I just want you to notice the rhythm. And notice what happens when it all stops. Okay? I have the words up here so that you don't have to freak out that you don't know it, right? But I am going to ask you, as soon as you feel like you can follow along, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and be with the chant, and then be with the experience of silence. You know what? I hate that word. I don't ever talk about silence. Be with the experience of stillness. That's what you're going to be with, right? Because it's never going to be silent. It's ridiculous to pretend that it's going to be silent. And it's one of our problems. We think, oh, I'm supposed to be silent in here. Yeah. You got to give that up right now. What we want to be is still. Okay? So when you're ready, I'm going to put this right here. When you're ready, you can just join in. Some of you already know this one. And here we go. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will always love you. I will always be with you. I will always love you. I will always be with you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will always love you. I will always be with you. I will always love you. I will always be with you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will always love you. I will always be with you. I will always love you. I will always be with you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart song. I will always love you. I will always be with you. I will always love you. I will always be with you. And so in the rhythm between sound and quiet, we find the rhythm of activity and rest. And we find that stillness, that rest that nourishes, that fills our soul, quiets our mind, allows our being to be in communion with the indwelling presence. And thus, we keep the Sabbath. And so it is.
Hey, not yet? Okay, keep that feeling. But now is the time for our offering. So please give generously to the work of CSL Dallas and be a force for good in the world and in your own life. Please, let's read our affirmation together. I call forth and manifest abundance and happiness from life. I accept my good as I prosper and thrive in all that I do. I know that CSL Dallas is a prosperous, creative, empowering community, and we are grateful for our boundless good. And so it is. Hey, remember, there are many ways that you can give. You can online by sending a check, or you can put the cash into the basket that's being passed out now. And now is the time for me to introduce Ty, who's going to come talk to us about fun with friends.
Thank you, Michael. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Well, I want to thank Dr. Petra for that incredibly apropos lead-in, because what I'm here to talk about, as you guys probably have already guessed, is fun with friends, otherwise known as, I like to refer to it as a sort of extended Sabbath. Anybody think that maybe God got that wrong? Maybe he should have flipped it? Like, why not just work one day and then 6 days be the Sabbath? So I just got a quick update about Fun with Friends. So in an act of pure magnanimity, I would like to also thank Dr. Petra for her generosity. And what we've decided to do is extend the campaign. So it's going to go till July 15th now. So the silent auction is going to end on July 15th. But what we're going to do is, if you've already got a bid on a seat on any event, and you're the high bidder by tomorrow evening, that's going to go ahead and close. So congrats, you're going to win your seat. You're going to win your spot. But if you haven't secured a seat yet, or if you've been outbid, or you haven't gone back and gotten a seat, just go back and you can click on the place bid button. I have gotten a few questions from people. Why are the events so expensive? You're probably looking at the buy it now price. Okay, so all you got to do is click on the button that says place bid. Right above that, you'll see the starting bid. And the average price is like $30 for most events. There are a few exceptions. There's some fancy 5-course dinners that Brenda's doing and some other fancier stuff. But in general, it's around $30. You're going to get a unique experience filled with fun, friends, and as many of you probably have already guessed, my favorite food. The 3 spiritual food groups, as Petra tells me. Right. So, you know, again, this is a great way to support the community, but I think most importantly, as Dr. Petra talked about today, is just your chance to relax, mix it up, have fun, and enjoy the Sabbath, right? Even though they're not all on the Sabbath. There's some on Fridays, Tuesdays, there's all days, okay? But we've got games, we've got breath work, divination, energetic healing. There's a circus-themed event that Walene's doing. There's line dancing right here at CSLDallas. Actually, there's like 4 events right here at the center. And 2 of those are on Sundays, so right after service. So if that helps anybody to attend. So it's basically something for everybody. And who knows, I might even break out some of my old breakdancing moves at the line dancing event. Is that part of it, Janice? Is there going to be? Okay. DJ Bev's going to be there. We're going to raise the roof, right? So, and now one other thing, there's a little help section that we've added to the website. So in the upper right corner of the screen now, if you go look right next to donate, you'll see a little help link. Because I have had some questions on just how to do a variety of things, how to get registered, how to bid, how to navigate the website. So if you go there, click on that link, you'll find some just brief, like 2 to 5 minute how-to videos on how to do various things like that. And if there's anything there that you feel is not covered, please come talk to me, any of the other Fun with Friends team members, and we'll get that up there so that everybody can benefit from that. And if there's anything else, just come talk to us at the Fun with Friends table right after service. And we'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have, get you signed up. But don't wait too long. We got till July 15th, and that is the absolute limit. So don't miss out. All right. Thanks, Ty.
Thank you, Ty. Hey, if you are crafty, if you love to knit or crochet and are looking for a way to connect and create something beautiful, well, you can join our new Stitches Circle. It's kicking off July 6th from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. They're going to meet every first and third Sunday of the month to crochet and knit while sharing spiritual conversation, connection, and practices. To learn more, head to our events page and select the Circle events to see the Circle as well as others that you can join. And now we have a word from our core council leader, Kia.
Good morning, CSLDallas fam. Yeah, so I just have a quick update to give you about, we all know that our beloved Dr. Petra is retiring at the end of this year. And we are going through the process of finding the next spiritual director for CSLDallas. We had some community meetings this past week where I informed all those who attended that there would be 2 candidates, but one of those candidates is now withdrawn. Yeah, they don't want to move to Dallas, and so that's a pretty big part of being a spiritual director here, is you got to move to Dallas. So that is first and foremost. We all know that the universe sometimes can take some really interesting twists and turns when trying to manifest our good, and we still know and affirm that our next spiritual director is here. It's going to be a perfect match, and we just keep holding that vision. So we are going to go ahead and have a candidate who will be coming in on July 27th, and we look forward to having all of you experience that, and we look forward to having all of your feedback. We're very excited to present this candidate to all of you, and we are prepared to make that person an offer, or you can say, if you really are not feeling it, that you don't feel like they're a good fit, that we can continue this process and look for more candidates. But so on July 27th, make sure that you're either here in person or online to experience our potentially our next spiritual director. And oh, and you will get all the information of the new candidate, what they'll be talking about on the Sunday celebration, what their free workshop will be. And so you will get all that in their bio. So you'll have that information ahead of time. And yeah, everything will be hybrid. They're also doing the Science of Mind class as well. So you will get lots of opportunities to experience them and lots of opportunities to provide us with feedback so that we can make the best decision for CSL Dallas 3.0. And today we're having our last community meeting, and it will be online. So any of you who have not had the opportunity to be in community to help process this big change that we're going through, Shauna has a wonderful set of questions and community building activities that, from the feedback we got from the first 2 sessions, were really helpful. So we really hope that you can join us online for that today, and that will start right at noon. So thank you.
So guys, don't forget the meeting's online at 12 noon, so as soon as we're through here. And if you have not yet had a chance, this is your last chance, so make sure you take advantage of that. Every Sunday, our spiritual coaches are available for your spiritual support. Visit them in our Peace Room, which is located in Barounge Lounge, right over here to my left, after our celebration. And for those who are online and want spiritual support, please go to our website and visit our spiritual coaches directory under the About Us tab. Today is the last day to check out the art and the clothing from our very own Valerie Guillaume, so make sure to stop by and go home with one of her beautiful masterpieces. As always, it's been lovely being in community with you, so join us and stand as we sing our way out of here.